Day 167 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem. This time we made it all the way to day 167, and we're still going strong, y'all. So I hope y'all are still staying disciplined as well. Hope y'all are still staying consistent as well. And I hope y'all are still motivated. But if y'all not still motivated, at least y'all staying disciplined and staying consistent, because that's what's going to get you to the end goal and help you to accomplish all of your LeetCode goals in the end. So before we get started today, y'all, don't forget, bring a mouse right over here and click that subscribe button for me, y'all. Then after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, y'all. And then after you smash that like button, I'm calling all of my bankers. I repeat, all of my bankers to the comment section right now. I need y'all to drop 2 bank emojis in the comment section so we can run up this engagement and we can push this content out to a broader audience, y'all. As Swift community members, it's up to us to help the community to grow, and one way we could do that is to share this content with as many people as we could find that will watch it or that is just interested in learning more about Swift or LeetCode as a whole, y'all. So y'all support is appreciated with that. Now let's get started. And today we have question number 748, shortest completing word. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well, because we're all here to learn something. And if you don't understand the solution at the end of this video, then you probably didn't learn anything, and that is not what we want. So the first part to understanding the solution is we have to understand the question. So let's see what the question says. It says, given a string license plate and an array of string word, find the shortest completing word in words. A completing word is a word that contains all the characters in license plate. Ignore numbers and spaces in license plate and treat letters as case sensitive. If a letter appears more than once in license plate, then it must appear in the word the same amount of times or more. For example, if license plate equals ABC 12C or 12C, then it contains letters AB, ignoring the case, and C twice. Possible completing words are A, B, C, C, D, E, F, C, A, C, A, B, and C, B, C, A. Return the shortest completing word in words. It is guaranteed an answer exists. If there are multiple shortest completing words, return the first word in word. So let's break that down, because that's a lot to take in. So let's look at the example so we can make it make sense. In example 1, we have the input license plate. It equals a string 1S3PST. Words equals an array of strings, step, steps, stripe, and stepple. The output is steps. The explanation says license plate contains the letters S, P, S, ignoring case, and T, right? So I don't know why it says ignoring case. It keeps saying ignoring case, but up here it says case sensitive. I don't know why that is, because this doesn't really look case sensitive to me, because these are obviously capital. The output has no capitals or uppercases, but I don't know. We're just gonna ignore the cases. We're just gonna keep ignoring case like they did in the example. And T. Then it says step contains T and P, but only contains one S. So we can't use step is not the output because there's only one S. We need 2 S's. There's the S right here and there's the S right here. So we could take step out, because it says if a letter appears more than once in license plate, then it must appear in the word the same amount of times or more. So it can appear more, but not less. It has to be equal to, greater than, or equal to, right? So S appears here once and here once, or S appears twice in license plate, so it has to appear twice in the output. That's why this is the output is steps. But let's keep going. Let's see. It says steps contains TP and both S's. See, okay, so stripe does not contain S, the extra S. Stepple does not contain 2 S's or step. So out of all these words in words, steps is the only one that contains 2 S's, a T, and a P, right? Which is what we need to fit the requirements that we are looking for. So it can't be step because there's only one S. can't be striped because there's only one S, and it can't be stepple because there's only one S. But steps has everything we need. It has two S's, a T, and a P, and that's why the output is steps. So let's look at example 2. It's a little bit more tricky because they only give us one letter. So let's get into it. It says the input license plate equals 1S345 6. Words is an array of strings. Looks, pest, stew, and show. The output is pest, right? Because all of these words and word, for each word and word, they all contain the letter S, right? And S, it's only one S. That's the only letter in license plate, and all of these words contain one S. Now, where we get pest is because we want to return the shortest completing word in words, right? So we could cancel out looks because looks has 5 letters. All of these, we want the shortest. All of these have 4 letters, so we know it's going to be one of those, right? Because we want the shortest. And it says return the first one that occurs in words. So pest is the first one. It's short. It's in the group of the shortest, right? It has 4 letters, which they all are competing, right, to be the shortest. They all equal the short. They all fit the requirement to be the shortest. And when that happens, that's when we return the first one that occurs in words, which is pest. So even though stew and show fit the requirements as well, pest is the first one to occur, and that's why the output is pest, because we want the shortest and we want the first one. Looks has 5 letters, so we know that's not the shortest. Looks is the longest. Pest, stew, and show, they all have 4 letters. They're all the shortest. However, pest occurs first, and that's why we're choosing pest. So I hope that makes sense to y'all. And now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, the part we all know and love, the actual code. Now, the first thing we are going to do is first thing, let's do this first. Let's create our helper function first. We're going to say private func. We are going to call it compare. Open up the parentheses. We're going to do an underscore dict colon. Open up the square brackets. We're going to say character colon int. So it's going to be a dictionary with the keys will be the keys will be characters. These are keys. Left side is the keys. The value will be integers of the dictionary, right? Then we're going to come outside those square brackets. We're going to say comma, underscore, word, colon, string. So word is going to be a string. Then it's going to output. We're going to say it's going to return a string. And we are going to make that string optional. Then we're going to open up the brackets. Now let's get into it. We're going to declare a variable called var. Well, first, okay, let's see. We're going to declare a variable called var. We're going to declare a variable called dict, for short for dictionary. We're going to set that equal to dict. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to say for ch, or for character in word. So for ch in word, we're going to, shouldn't be square brackets, should be the regular brackets. We're going to open up the brackets. We're going to say if let count equals dict, open up the square brackets, ch. Then what we are going to do is we are going to say dict ch equals count is equal to 1. So what this is going to do is going to see if this character in dictionary has a value, right? If this is going to be the count, right? So for dict character, if that count equals 1, we're going to say question mark is just going to return nil. Otherwise, we're going to say colon. If it does not equal 1, we're going to say count minus 1, right? Then we're going to come underneath that for loop, and we are going to say if dict dot is empty, open up the brackets, excuse me, not square brackets, just brackets. We're going to return word. Then we're going to come underneath that and we are going to say return nil. Now that we have our helper function, let's get into this function, the shortest completing word function, right? So we're going to declare a variable, we're going to say shortest. Then we're going to say colon, we're going to say int equals int dot max. Then we are going to say, so that this is just how we're initializing this integer, and this is the maximum integer that our compiler allows. So then we're going to say declare variable. So we're initializing our integer with the maximum value that integer allows, right? So then we're going to say declare another variable called result. We're going to set that equal to a blank string. That's going to hold our results. Then we're going to declare another variable called dict. We're going to say colon, open up the square brackets. We're going to say character. It's going to be a dictionary with characters and integers, and we are just going to initialize that with a blank dictionary. Boom. Then we're going to come underneath that, and we are going to say for ch in license plate dot lowercase, so we're going to convert them all to lowercase. We are going to say, oh, maybe that's what case sensitive means. The output has to be all lowercase. That's what I'm assuming. So then we're going to say if ch is equal to a space, so put the quotation marks and put a space in between. So if ch equals a space or the int string ch does not equal nil, we're going to continue. Basically meaning we're going to skip over. This continue means basically we're just going to skip over that character. Then we are going to say, so what this says, if the character equals a space or the string character is an integer, right, and it's not nil, then we're just going to say continue and we're going to skip over it, right? Then we're going to come down here and we are going to say dict, open up the square brackets, ch, comma, default 0, come outside the square brackets, and we're going to say plus equals 1. So what this is going to do is it's going to initialize this dictionary with the character, or it's going to create this dictionary with the character and an integer. This is the character right here, the ch, that's the character. This default 0 is the default value, that we're using for the integer. So the integer default value is going to be a 0, but every time we see this character, we're going to increment this default value by 1. So we're going to add 1 every time we see this character. Then we're going to come outside that for loop. We're going to say for word in words, open up the square bracket. We're going to say if let str equals compare, open up the parentheses, dict, comma, word, and this compare is this function we just created down here, this helper function. We're going to open up the brackets. We're going to say if str.count is less than shortest, open up the brackets. Then what we're going to do, we're going to say shortest equals str.count. So what that's going to do is just going to change this variable into, it's going to basically shrink this variable into str.count, because right now this variable is the maximum integer that we could possibly, that the compiler will allow, right? So we're going to shrink that down to just what the string count is. That's what this does right here. Then we're going to come down underneath that. We're going to say result equals str. So the result is going to equal that string. because that's how the output is, right? The output is a string. Then we're going to come down here and we are just going to say return result. And that should be all she wrote, y'all. Let's run it. You know how this stuff goes. You can never be too sure. You got to run it first. Make sure it's going smoothly. Ooh, look at that, y'all. And it's accepted. So let's submit it. Make sure it stays accepted. See how it looks after it's submitted. Ooh, buddy, look at that. Now, those are the numbers I like to see, y'all. 8 milliseconds beats 100% of users with Swift, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. That's faster than a Bugatti riding down the highway, riding past all the brokies down the highway. You hear me? Now, I gotta say that one more time. That's faster than a Bugatti riding past all the brokies down the highway. You hear me? That's how fast this stuff is. This beats 100% of users with Swift, y'all. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. I hope y'all learned something today. Before we leave, though, get one more look at the code, y'all. Get one more look at the code, y'all. Get this good LeetCode in so you don't grow up to be a brokey. You know what I'm saying? And let's see. Get the first function. Get the second function. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.